They didn't just mock her, they obliterated her. When South Park turned its savage spotlight on Rachel Zegler and Disney's already disastrous Snow White remake, the internet didn't just react, it detonated. What started as a controversial casting decision had already stirred waves of discontent. But once the animated juggernaut took aim, that slow burn turned into a full-blown wildfire. The episode didn't pull punches. It mocked, it mimicked, and it magnified everything fans have been saying online for months.
One major development going on now involves more to do with Rachel Zegler and her attitude towards South Park Studios and Paramount after learning about what they are planning for their upcoming special called the DEI Special.
Zegler's name shot to the top of trending lists within hours. Memes flooded timelines. Clips were shared, dissected, remixed. Some viewers laughed, others cringed, but everyone, whether they sided with the remake or hated it, had something to say. The parody didn't just ridicule Rachel. It weaponized her own words, turning interviews and sound bites into comedic grenades.
The last time I had the dream, I was walking down the school hallway, and that's when I started to notice that something's wrong. Everyone I cared about has been systematically replaced. And finally, I want to scream, and I'm like, why are they replacing every single character with someone who is diverse?
And just like that, what had once been Disney's next big fairy tale turned into a pop culture disaster. The moment South Park aired their takedown, the situation spiraled beyond anyone's control, and what followed was nothing short of a PR nightmare wrapped in satire. You see, Rachel Zegler wasn't just portrayed as a misguided starlet. In South Park's upcoming DI special, a sequel to their infamous Pandaverse episode, she was transformed into a full-blown caricature that seemed ripped straight out of the loudest corners of internet discourse. They didn't go subtle, they went for spectacle. The animated version of Rachel was seen barging onto sets, hijacking every scene, and delivering long, preachy rants about how the original Snow White was a dangerous relic of the past.
Even if everything worked perfectly, it would have been almost impossible for this movie to succeed, because you're comparing it to one of the most beloved films of all time and a truly groundbreaking movie.
She wasn't just dismissive, she was militant, screaming at her co-stars, rolling her eyes at script suggestions, launching into monologues about equity and rewriting the fairy tale to reflect what she called modern salvation through progress. Every time another character tried to get a word in, she cut them off, declaring herself the only one brave enough to challenge toxic nostalgia. She dismissed the original Snow White as toxic trash, scoffing at any hint of romance or tradition. The parody's brilliance wasn't just in its absurdity, it was in how close it mirrored things Rachel had actually said in real interviews. The animated version of her character, though over the top, didn't feel entirely fictional. It felt uncomfortably familiar. And as she stormed through the parody, acting like she alone could save society, everyone else in the room, from fictional Disney execs to cartoon co-stars, simply cringed, unsure whether to speak up or get steamrolled next.